got to put down his helmet first. Don't keep the glove.
It's my baby.
So we talked to Coach Maz on Wednesday. We talked to pitching coach Clay Martin yesterday, and we had to involve you, and I think with good reason, because the offense has done some nice things. The defense has done some nice things as well throughout these 3 games. It seems like, truthfully, every aspect is clicking right now. What have you seen? Great regular season, but it seems like the play is maybe even elevated more. What has been the biggest key this week?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it seems like every time we get in this tournament and we get in the postseason, like the bats just kind of wake up, and I don't know. There's just a belief system. They believe in themselves. As you can see, like it's not just the same person getting the jobs done every single time. There's a little bit of everybody chiming in, and I can't even act like I'm going to take credit for any of it. But we step on the field. There's a belief system. No matter what happens, you get down in the first. Like we know it's a long game. Us in 9-inning games is pretty. It's pretty scary because we have the pitching depth. We have really good defense that if our pitchers are filling it up, like we're going to make plays all over the place. And then the offense is just clicking.
Well, you're supposed to play 9 innings, but twice so far you haven't made it 9 innings because you won via the run rule. And I know ultimately saving what has been now 3 innings because you won, I believe, in 7 the first game, and now you win in 8. 3 innings for your bullpen. It seems like that's going to pay dividends, obviously, tomorrow and then maybe even into next week.
Yeah, even, staying in the winner's bracket, too, that helps, too. These guys got to play an extra game, and our offense putting up some big numbers is wearing down some pitching staffs, and we're able to keep our pitching staff fresh. And, honestly, I'd be lying if I didn't say that was the goal today. We ended 10 minutes before the game, we ended our huddle after our pregame running. I said, let's go for a running rule. Like, let's not stop. For a second there, I thought we had it easy, and then they kind of threw some zeros up at us, and then we put a big one up in the end there. So, it's huge. Like, we don't try to say, like, we want to save our pitching, but because we have a lot of guys, but it helps tremendously when we can get that run rule and even save just 1 inning there.
In the 2 wins against Mercyhurst and then game 1 of this tournament, it was Oberdorf who was the story offensively. It was then Vittmeyer yesterday by and large. And today, those guys contributed, of course, but it just seems like every day there's someone else stepping up. We just talked to Max Mandler. He had 3 hits and a home run. Durham homers for the 2nd straight day. Sable with another multi-hit performance. It really does seem, even your number 9 hitter Sweeney has come through. Someone seemingly steps up every single game, even when maybe some of your top dogs don't have their best performance. How has that been a trait of this team?
Yeah, that's the point. That's where our belief starts. Like, we have a bunch of dudes. Like, we have very good players, and even the guys that you don't see every day, like, they're very good players on the bench too. You see Sweeney really didn't get much time in the regular season, maybe 40, 50 at bats, and he comes in and he strikes fire and is hitting it and is getting confident, and he's the guy in there now to give us a spark. And he's had tremendous couple games that are just go unnoticed. Him just rolling the ball over to second base to get a guy over. Him extending an inning with 2 outs like yesterday, and we end up with a big inning of 3 or 4 runs that just because he extended it with 2 outs. He's doing a lot of stuff and plays tremendous defense too. But yeah, we're doing a bunch of little things right. Even in this game, Joe Fedor was down 0-2 and just hit a sac fly for us. That's what it takes to win these games, and to constantly be putting pressure on it, even if it's not 3 or 4 runs in that inning, just to extend an inning, make that pitcher stay out there, or just get one inning or 1 run an inning at a time. That's just kills the pitching staff.
So, creating some good memories today against Westchester. Not so much last year because that's the team that eliminated you from the regional, but I believe Jason Green said you personally, as a player, had a good memory against Westchester. Do you have any recollection?
I know we beat them a few times before. Yeah.
I thought he said, what was it? Inside the park home run. Inside the park home run. Do you recall that at all?
I actually do recall that, and I did call that too to my good buddy Nick Stotler on that. I called that home run. I said I'm going deep here. Little did I know that I'd just bounce it over the center fielder's head and get running. But it's a home run. So
you went deep enough.
Oh, deep. Oh, it's probably still going. Yeah, for sure.
Final thing tomorrow. Obviously, you're going to try to close this out. If you do win the championship after not making the tournament last year, what would that mean for this program?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the motivation. Like we weren't here last year, and it's bittersweet. Like we aren't going to let that happen, and we honestly have memories. We're going to see Westchester again, I would assume. We beat them the first game last year in the regional too, and they came back and beat 2 on us. So we're not letting up. We're going to go for another run rule, honestly, and we're going to play till the very last out till they say we're done playing. So definitely got to give a shout out to the women's lacrosse girls. Westchester got the best of them this year, but we're getting close, so got to give a shout out to them, and we're going to win a championship. They kept saying, like, one of us has got to beat them. I'm glad we took down Westchester today, but hell of a season by them.
Well, Tyler, thanks so much for doing this. Congrats on the victory. Go enjoy the rest of the day before you focus tomorrow.
Absolutely. Back to work.